you've probably heard me talking about me channeling messages. And I really used to didn't even recognize. I believe that we all channel messages. We are just not aware of it. I noticed when I started coaching, when I started doing my coaching practice, and I started doing tarot readings, and mostly for family or friends, I started noticing a difference in the flow of information. Sometimes I notice, like when I talk to you right now, that comes from my logic. I can recognize how my thoughts are being formed, sort of. But when I start to channel, the information flows in a totally different way. If any of you have experienced that before, you'll know what I'm talking about. But I never really channeled consciously. So usually I'll lay cards and I feel this flow of information. Or if I work with a client, sometimes a question will come up and I will be, if I had to think about it logically, I may not have the answer, but all of a sudden there's this open flow of information and I feel a big difference in how the information flows at that point. So I started paying attention to it more and more, and I recognized that this information is channeled. Now, I'm not like big channelers around there that can say this is who I channel from. I believe that this information comes from a higher self, from my spirit guides, whatever it is. I'm still working on discovering that part. But yesterday morning was the first time when I consciously connected to channel information. And I really didn't know what to expect. But it didn't take but a second. I set this intention to channel information. I was in a meditation state. And immediately the flow opened up, and the message I received is the one that I want to share with you today. Basically, the message that came through is, they said, we want to talk to you about mirroring. And I was like, mirroring? What is this about? You know, and then they said, a lot of stuff is going on around you right now in the world, you know, and we want you to share with others, whoever needs to hear it, is that when you watch TV or when you talk to your friends and they seem to have a different idea of what is right or wrong at the moment, I want you to share with them that what they're experiencing when they're getting angry or frustrated because what they hear doesn't resonate with them, they wanted you guys to know that when you get this reaction of getting angry or frustrated with what you hear around you, with what you hear from other people, or even when you watch TV or listen to the news, to consider that what you're experiencing is a mirror effect. Basically, the mirror that whoever is talking on the other side of the screen or your friend is triggering inside of you a part that's unhealed. So they're triggering an unhealed part of you. So this part of you is being triggered, and then you react to it by getting angry or frustrated. I guess the point of this message was to tell you to consider that when you get angry or frustrated about anything, whatever it is in your life, at another person especially, consider what part of you is being triggered. Consider first the emotion that you're experiencing, and then the next step is to consider, what is it inside of me that's being triggered right now that creates this emotion in me? So the message was so clear and the flow was so interesting, and it took me up until today. That happened yesterday. It took me up until today to actually sit with it for a moment and say, okay, I cannot not share this message. You know, if I heard this message, it was meant for me to share, and So I decided to sit down and do this right now. I always get a little nervous when I go live. I don't know if you notice, but yeah, I think it's an important message. So just whenever you get angry, frustrated, any negative emotions, consider first what that emotion is and then what exactly is being triggered inside of you. And the reason why it's important is because once you can identify the triggers, a lot of times that's all you need to do to release it. At least you will know where you need to set on to experience a healing in that aspect, right? Whatever is being triggered inside of you is being brought up to light so that you can be healed from it. So as I'm saying that, I also hear this, okay, right now, the situation right now, no matter how hard it is for many people all around the world, consider it from this perspective that you are being triggered right now to bring up in you all the unhealed parts that still need healing. And if you become conscious of those parts of you that need healing, then you will be able to start healing those parts and start releasing that pain. So, I don't know, what do you... Is there any channelers around you? If you are, please share with me. I think this was my first conscious attempt of channeling information, and I was just taken aback of how how quickly and clear the information came through. I have a daughter, she's 14. She recently asked for a book for the holidays as a present, 7 types of spirit guides and how to connect with them. And after I bought the book for her as a present, I decided to purchase it for myself. So I've been listening to that book, and also the channeling topic just keeps coming up around me all the time. So I know that there is a point to it. And I think that the channel will open up even more as I open myself up to it. I know this is what helps me in my coaching sessions when I work with my clients is this channeled information, because I know logically I couldn't always give the answers that I do. And sometimes I have to, go back and go through the session in my mind and think, how did I even come up with that? But I know how, because the information is not really mine. Just like this message today, I'm here to share it with you as a vessel. That didn't come from me directly. So, but I know whoever I'm channeling from is definitely a positive energy, because I can always resonate to the messages, and it makes me feel good. It makes me feel protective. So I trust this energy. And as I started reading the book that I was telling you about, 7 types of spirit guides and how to connect with them, there was a test, and that test really confirmed something that I've been feeling for a while, is that my main spirit guide, who I'm working with right now, is an ascended master. I kind of knew it for a while, but my logical mind keeps questioning it. And as I did this test in this book, it totally confirmed it. So that was also an interesting experience. Yeah, so I figured I'll go on and share with you this part of my journey. And I hope that this will inspire you if you are experiencing these interesting shifts within your energy, where you feel like there's information coming from here and here, and something is changing, something is moving within me, to trust that and to open yourself up to it. Because the more you do, the more magical your life will become, really. And I'll come up. Let's see if that works. Oh, that didn't work. Okay. Well, if any of you want to come up, I'm here for a few more minutes. So if you have anything you want to say about this topic, I'll be more than happy to listen what you have to share. But yeah, an incredible experience for me, my very first conscious channeling. And if you guys have any questions and you would like me to channel on that, just DM me and we can, you know, schedule a private session, or maybe we'll go live and do a channeled live session. That would be fun. Anyway, thanks for being here. I hope you heard something in that message that will be helpful to you. And have a wonderful day or night wherever you are. And thank you for being a part of my journey. Love you all. Bye-bye.